just doing like a little vlog.
Okay, we're just not allowing cameras of that size in, so I would need to have you talk.
I mean, it's not a big deal. We're just vlogging, so I can just turn it off.
Okay, no problem.
We're at the Fight Oligarchy Bernie Sanders Zohran event all the way in Brooklyn. Bernie and Zohran.
What's up? Oh, thanks a lot.
Let's go.
Maybe I don't need a disguise.
I have my Leonardo DiCaprio hat on today. So the reason I got the hat on is last time when I went to the Zohran meeting, some people were very upset at my presence. Trying to get a press pass so we can upgrade from this phone footage. It's a little hot right now. We have 2 stars. Okay, well, what happened?
So when I went down, I asked some of the people if there's a way to get a press pass, and then they asked who it is, and then they didn't give me a result. They were like, wait anywhere, you know where he is. Yeah.
So what do you mean they're going to try to not have me here?
Because some other person was saying they're trying to boot me.
Oh, they're trying to get me out? They said boot?
Unfortunately, they upset about y'all having a camera. They want y'all to be out of here. I got the call from management, so y'all gotta get escorted.
We're not using a camera.
I don't know, but that's what they told me. That's what I was told. That's my boss told me. So y'all gotta go. We say y'all know the instructions, and y'all got a camera on you. But they can turn the camera off.
Let's go.
I know y'all didn't curse me. This is the word that I got, unfortunately.
We can't even watch the speech?
That's what they was telling me, bro. Honestly, I got no pull on this shit, bro. That's just the word.
We're disrupting. We didn't do anything.
I'll apologize. That's okay.
It was a long drive.
They told us to leave, but we don't know why.
What do you guys did? I mean, just
Literally nothing. We came in, sat down. I mean, we were recording on our phone, but like we're
So
just.
you're recording me right now?
Well, we were just making a vlog, but you know, we're confused why.
For you, you guys got escorted out.
I mean, we're confused, so I don't know. I thought I'd just ask you.
Why do you think you got kicked out?
I'm not sure exactly why, to be honest with you, but definitely because of who I am. You know, I was supportive of Mamdani, and I did an interview with, you got Eric Adams here, I interviewed him last month.
Right.
He was a nice guy, I like him, but overall, the reason I endorse Zohran is because he's the only one who said on that stage, on the debate stage, saying that he wouldn't go to Tel Aviv, and he'd stay in New York City.
Oh, so you've endorsed Zohran?
Yeah, publicly.
Interesting. And what's your sentiments on Bernie?
Bernie was the first politician I voted for. I canvassed for Bernie back in 2016 before the DNC rigged the election against him for Hillary. And then once they rigged it against him, I wanted the other outsider, so I supported Trump. There's a lot of Bernie supporters that went, right wing afterwards, but Trump has really disappointed us. But I've always loved Bernie. He was like the first politician that I really liked.
So, as you know, we're in the midst of a very competitive mayoral race coming up. Clearly, you just said that you're a Zohran supporter.
I mean, I wouldn't class myself as a democratic socialist, but...
What's your hesitations with Zohran?
These are all new ideas, and I don't think that they're classically American at all. I don't think they've worked. I don't think you could list a successful socialist society ever. Hard to endorse something that we can't prove.
The thing is, like you said, you got kicked out, you think, because of who you are, right? Yeah. I mean, you have a lot of influence.
Well,
right?
If we're going to be real,
be real. Yeah.
I'm wearing my Leonardo DiCaprio hat because I caused a lot of problems for Eric Adams. Like when I went to Gracie Mansion, we had a great interview. I don't think he knew who I was. And afterwards, it was posted all over the news, New York Times, New York Post, like calling me anti-Semite, Nazi, this stuff. So if I was to be seen at something like this, it would be bad press for them. So it's not something that they want. The ADL's all over Zohran's ass.
Okay.
But, I'm just a citizen. I'm just a New Yorker. I was born here. I want to see this city improve. So I'm not here as a disruptor, which is what I think they're trying to say. I'm just here as a concerned citizen.
There we have it. Thank you so much for your time, man. I appreciate you, bro. Thank you.
You came up to me at the NYU like a couple years ago and debated me about communism. And you were with Aiden Ross.
Oh, yeah, 2 years ago.
Yeah,
Good to see you again.
Yeah.
Hey, you're still a communist.
Of course.
Yeah.
The working class needs to organize. It has the power to shut down the entire economy. And through that, can realize that it actually runs society. We don't need the capitalists, and we could transform society on that basis.
It's just that word, like socialist and communist, they've been boogeyman words for so long.
Well, you know the media lies, right?
No, absolutely.
The education system.
Once again, I'll say the same thing I said 2 years ago. I mean, there hasn't been a system where it's worked classically. But I mean, we have to admit, like, there's a real problem with the wealth gap. Why does Elon have $500 billion? Why can Gen Z not afford homes anymore? Why is the average debt $94,000 for average Gen Z? That's and there's nobody providing a solution.
Bring them under democratic workers' control, and we could plan the economy and use that abundance so that everyone can eat, everyone can have a home, but also that since we're 300% more productive than we were 50 years ago, we can shorten the working week to 20 hours a week.
Yeah, it sounds good, but it's like there's always someone at the top of the food chain. It's never going to be. People are greedy. People are, selfish.
Well, people are greedy under capitalism. People are greedy under class society.
Someone's always in charge. That's my point. Someone's enforcing these laws. Someone's enforcing the 20-hour work week. There's always going to be a food chain.
There's going to be representatives, but if you have no standing army but the armed people, right? If you have...
Wait, so you don't want an army?
No standing army but the armed people. The people are their own defense.
So you don't want to eradicate the military and the Navy?
Well, it wouldn't be on day one. I mean, day one.
What about police? You don't want police?
What do we replace with police? First, democratic neighborhood committees.
So yes, you want to abolish
eventually,
police?
yeah, of course. I want to abolish. Eventually, the state will wither away. What we would say is we would create a society where the workers police themselves. The workers decide on the laws. The workers
temporarily, right? So they wouldn't be permanent police officers. They would clock in and out.
We would elect them. We would if we had neighborhood defense.
So you would elect workers to police?
Sure.
That's what the police are. You understand what I'm saying? The way it just sounds like instead of calling it police, it's like the armed people who are temporarily policing with armed forces. It's just
that's not what I'm saying, though. That's the way you're thinking of it. What I'm saying is everyone is.
So everyone's a cop?
No, not everyone's a cop. We're all responsible for policing our own neighborhoods.
Miss you, bro. How you been? No, see.
Yeah, I've been here in the city. Yeah, I got to talk to you. There's some funny stuff I want to tell you.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
SNEAKO, how are you?
Welcome,
salam SNEAKO here.
There's no license. How's license doing?
How you doing? He's doing good.
Okay. Do you like the dessert here?
The dessert is good.
What's your favorite dessert at Laza?
Well,
Hey, yo. Hey.
oh shit.
Great to see you.
Alhamdulillah, good to see you, man. What I liked about him, and I don't know him, like I said, is when they asked him, if you get elected, where are you going to go? And everybody was like, Israel. Like, well, what does New York have to do with Israel? But he was like, I'm stay right here in New York. Like, I like that answer.
That's exactly the quote that made me want to vote for him. Like, just that alone was the only one. That's rare for an American politician. Ironically, it's the most patriotic thing to say.
The man's got good ideas, right? And he's going to put America first. Remember, we heard that statement from somebody else before, right? But he's actually talking about putting America first. Why not?
I want to ask you about this too, because I've been hearing, Mehdi Hassan. I think Bassem Youssef is also within this. Mehdi Hassan's a really good debater. What is the role that socialism plays in Islam? Would you say that Sharia law, the government system, is similar to socialism?
I would not, right? Because I believe Sharia is unique, right? Meaning that socialism, communism, democracies, fascism are all
that's not Islam.
They're all man-made laws.
So why are there so many people like Mamdani, like Mehdi Hassan? Why do these Muslims tend to lean towards socialism so often?
I don't know. I'm a capitalist, right? I believe in a capitalistic society, but I do believe that there have to be checks and balances in place, right? And that's what Islam is, right? When you look at,
you call yourself a capitalist?
Because the idea of a free market, I agree with, which is Islamic, right?
But just with regulations.
Well, with regulations, right? Now, socialism is a spectrum, right? You can go all the way to like Chinese-style socialism, or you can go to the old China, which was very restrictive, right? So even in socialism, you can have somewhat of a free market, right? So I'm with that. Now, capitalism can never be implemented in its pure form, even in America, right? We have the Better Business Bureau. We have all these kind of checks and balances, so we're not a purely capitalistic society either, and I wouldn't be. But in Islam, I believe in a free market. I believe that if you work hard, you should be able to make your money, right?
Sharia law does allow for some free market to exist.
For 100%.
So do you think there's any correlation between Islam and socialism? Like why might there must be some sort of pattern, because there's a lot of these people popping up.
I mean, there are things that in pure socialism or the ideal socialism that are good. Talking about, protecting the worker rights, uniting people to have more authority of the people. Islam is with that, right? The Prophet ﷺ said a beautiful hadith. He said you should pay the laborer before their sweat dries. Meaning that if you hire somebody, pay them on time, right? And that's the socialism. One of the core was to pay the people who are doing the work. Islam is with that, right? But when we look at socialism and implementation, like originally how they started in Russia until they got to the level of communism. So, in that sense, there's some good things about socialism. In that sense, there's some good things about capitalism. But I believe in a divine method that is better than all of these, right? How do you deal with human rights? The Quran tells you, right? Do you have a regular cup, like not a plastic cup? I don't like drinking in plastic, bro. It's not the same. But a lot of these brothers, Mahdi Hassan and stuff, they're good debaters. I wouldn't call them scholars of Islam, right? So they're good at debating.
Into the politics. Yeah, that's a strong suit.